Alright, we got the Tenet Plinx to level cap. This, as I said in the previous video on the description, this is a weapon that's kind of hard to go wrong. Weapon's super strong, and really you can build the way that you want. I'm aware that some people, I don't know for what the hell reason, are like resistant to using armor strip. With armor strip, you could like do Tenet Plinx only, no problem. The weapon has absurd amount of damage. It's probably one of the best one-trick ponies available right now. It looks like a toy gun, like really looks like a toy gun, but it hits like a wingman. So yeah, it's even one of the most satisfying weapons to shoot Eximus, because it's usually a one-shot, and it like lifts them, looks like they're kind of possessed, and then they just drop dead, or they go they go to the roof flying, and then you get a key on a very random place. I made a build to work with Slash because I was trying to like not use the armor strip, but the truth is you can actually look with armor strip and everything buffed. Oh, I forgot I even forgot to use roar. If I use roar, yeah, it's just insane. Imagine if I had the viral damage. It's impact and radiation on the direct hit, of course, not counting the bleed, but it's super insane. Super insane. I'm not using synth charge because I think it's gonna be nerfed. The weapon is just too absurd with synth charge, and everything that usually works with synth charge gets nerfed right away, so I'm not counting on that. If I was, Jesus Christ, this would be absurd. Even acolytes, they usually can't handle it. This one also right. Yeah, it's usually everything is pretty much a one-shot. So yeah, as I said, it's hard to go wrong. You can make the most shitty build you can think of, and it will probably work because the weapon is just so good. Ooh. And I'm pretty sure you can even use this weapon without armor strip. Of course, make a corrosive build, some heat and stuff, but you don't really need to armor strip. Or you can use slash like I'm doing. But it's a little bit more complicated. It's a little bit more requirements on the way, let's say. But still, it's fun. It's really... You just gotta land the shot. You gotta land the secondary fire, or you might be on a hairy situation, because there's not a... You're gonna have to wait, let's say, with mods only, probably about 4 seconds till you can shoot again. I'm using prime quick draw, so it takes me around 4 seconds to be able to shoot again. Primer is just going off there, but yeah. If you had a I'll leave in the description of both videos. I've left the video of Iron Tay. He tested the Plinx with not only the synth charge, but using a viral build. He also made tests using, if I'm not wrong, slip magazine to increase magazine size, which actually increases the secondary fire damage. So yeah, it really, if you can make a viral build, you can make, I don't know, so many possibilities, so many that will just work because the weapon has the damage. I think they kind of, I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of the Tenet Tetra, but this one is, it's not a issue with the ammo or anything like that. It's straight the reload that it takes time. So yeah, it's not the explosive weapon that you're gonna be spamming like crazy, but it does so good against against the Eximas and stuff. Even the primary fire, when you do get to proc a slash with hemorrhage, is crazy. And I'm kind of working towards that with my Riven. I'm trying to make so the primary fire is actually more consistent thing. Yeet. I still have a armor strip, of course, because really, if you want to guarantee your run as much as you can, armor strip is something that you should take. You really should. Especially if you're using Unaru to revive yourself, it's super useful. I even have the wrong amp here, but still managed to revive myself a couple times. Of course, if I die with the wrong amp here on level cap, I'm not reviving myself. Probably not. Unless I can get some, they have some bar proc on them. So, okay. Let's do a couple more demos. Probably, let's see how it's working on with the, I don't have the, it's not gonna die because it didn't have the, just use the primer after shoot. It's not the ideal way, but it does work. It's crazy. It's actually more the viral work, but yeah. Let's see. Haven't tested a prime target with the primary fire yet. With armor, takes a long time. Of course, if I got a bleed proc there, it would be dead, but yep. If you want to keep dead head and use dead head, have armor strip is so much easier to do. Or you can just hunt the little light ammo targets. There we go. That's the interesting part about getting keys with this gun. You never know where they're gonna land. I had one landing here and the other one landing here. Too bad I didn't have the recording on. That was fun. It's really, if you want to kill a... This is really a weapon for a priority target. Like, but it's kind of hard to tell what priority target. If it is a demo, it's like no problem. But if you want to kill, let's say, the new the new Lua Traxxas and stuff, there are easier ways, faster ways. You can pretty much one-shot them. That's what we like to see. Just lost invisibility in the last second. That's dead. Would be funny if he dropped the key. Oh my god. Managed to hit like 52 million just a few minutes ago. So yeah, weapon's pretty powerful. It is probably getting nerfed, but not really. I don't know. I think it's Sim Fiber is the one it's gonna go. Ooh, energy drain. Sim Fiber, no, Synth Charge. Sorry, I think that's the one that's going. Probably gonna. For a second. Yeah, it's there. Let's go. Really, this is not the strongest build, but it is a build that you can use without armor strip. Of course, for the headshots, it's doable, but I wouldn't really recommend a lot. If you want to keep that head, but you can. It's always up to you. There's a bunch of different stuff you can use, and we're gonna see that now. Alright. Ash build is the Ash build with Roar. I think the only thing changed here is precision. I had Vigorous Swap. You can put that, but traded for Natural Talent. Yeah, nothing like too crazy. Now using Archon Shards just because I wanted. You don't really need. It's yeah. Kuva Com. This is the primer. A Riven. The Plinx build. I also have a Riven for this, but I opted not to use because not everyone has the Riven for this, and they're going for quite a lot right now. Probably 200 plus splat right now. So here, let's take a look on what is going on here. We need our Hemorrhage to work, and for that to work, it's really without a Riven, we're not gonna get our fire rate below this. This is using Creeping Bullseye. Yeah, the ideal for Hemorrhage to get the procs would be to get this below 2.5 and also to have more status chance, because our status chance is really not great. So that is the letdowns of the weapon. I'm trying to make a build with a Riven to work with this, but I would need negative fire rate to get this. And then maybe, who knows, multi-shot and status chance to have more status chance to actually get the impact procs, so we get the slash procs with Hemorrhage. But what we're looking here now is actually the secondary fire. So these are the stats. There was a lot of people when I released the first video talking about Creeping Bullseye versus Primed Pistol Gambit. The thing is, it's gonna be 132% chance with Creeping Bullseye, and with Target Cracker is gonna be the Pistol Gambit. It's gonna be 118. For the primary fire, I don't think it's worth, neither for the secondary fire. But what happens? The difference comes in when you're using Ash. When you're using Ash with Creeping Bullseye, this goes to around 180%, or maybe 182%, something like that. No, not this one. This one, yeah, this goes to 180%. This one, I think it goes to, I don't know, a little bit more, probably around the 200. And yeah, so 180% is almost guaranteed an orange crit every time, so that's what I went for. Status chance is pretty okay, but almost, yeah, you're gonna get us a bleed proc like 90% of the time. So yeah, it's pretty okay. And my progenitor is impact. The weapon is capped on impact just for this. And so when you actually get on 50% of your progenitor status, it actually stays the same value as the base radiation. So anything above 50% of the progenitor element is gonna give you a higher priority on it, or if you use like combined elements and stuff. Yeah. Okay, so also my progenitor is impact, and it's capped 60% impact. So when I have the impact and Saxum Spittle, when I reach 50%, it would be equal, and anything above 50% is going to give it a higher priority. So we have a higher priority on impact that's going to allow us to get some impact procs and potentially the bleed procs from Hemorrhage on the explosion. That is very interesting. It's not every time, but we do it is kind of consistent, but I like it. So yeah, this is the build. Let me see what else. Yeah, I've talked about Synth Charge. Synth Charge works with the secondary fire. It's really a lot of damage. It's insane damage, not even kidding. So that's what I could possibly have used on the last slot. Here could be primed quick draw, synth charge, or even primed sleep magazine. All of those are pretty solid options. This would increase the damage, this increases the reload and synth. Of course, if it was between sleep magazine and synth charge, go with synth charge while it isn't nerfed. After the nerfs, you gotta see. Primed quick draw allows me to get the reload in about 4 seconds. The weapon is gonna be ready to fire the secondary fire again. If I'm using slip magazine, it's gonna be around 6 seconds. Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, don't know if there's anything else to talk about this. I'm gonna show you guys how the build with the Riven is going. I have negative fire rate plus multi-shot, projectile speed, ammo maximum. It's gonna be really hard to get a... And I'm even considering dropping this idea because for the primary fire is not really worth going for. Maybe just focus on the secondary, get some multi-shot, get some status chance, and that's how it goes. Status chance without crit damage. Yeah, just to really get the impact procs on the direct hit and the explosion. Yeah, that's what I think about it. Secondary Deadhead is not the easiest to keep without armor strip, but of course the butchers, the scorpions, you're not gonna have a hard time killing them. Is there any other possibility? If you have something that can proc a lot of heat, you can keep this up. It would be no problem. Could even use something like a Cedo and keep this up. It wouldn't be that hard, but you lose the headshot damage, which is super nice. Also, if you use the Nurik instead of Yunairu, you're gonna have that bonus to headshot, which could make it even more crazy. For the melee, I've got a Contagion Zaw. Nothing too crazy. This is my Riven if you're interested. Just seeing what it is. Really nothing too crazy. The Sentinel companion, I should have used the Vaska Kavat, but yeah, took the Panzer, worked out, died a couple times because of it, but it's okay. At the end of the day, the Tenet Plinx is super powerful. It's, guys, just really, the nerf is probably coming. It's really, really crazy the amount of damage this weapon is able to put out, but it's really... I think the nerf is coming, but it might just not. It is a kind of specific weapon. It's super good for disruption, but I cannot really see it being that much useful on other situations. Like if I had to take a weapon for defense and maybe just deal a lot of damage, I would probably take something else than this. This is probably options that kill faster, that don't have this reload. You can't like shoot once every 4 to 6 seconds. So yeah, they might change something, they might not. It's unclear. But yeah, leave it a like. And so yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, don't forget to leave it a like and consider subscribing.